normal person is not doing sexual abuse or things like that. People are behaving in this way. It's not. You don't need to have the 7 laws of Noah to behave in this way. Okay? So I want to explain it a bit and to understand first of all the main, I will say, the principle. We said it yesterday in some sort of a way that there is the uniqueness of the human is also that he is putting inside to his action his will, right? The will. I'm putting also my understanding, my wish inside the action. This is the difference between us and the animals, right? The animals are doing things because this is nature. They're not thinking about this. We can do things with the thinking, okay? And it's a similar situation. For example, if I don't want to kill, but if I'm fighting for my country, okay, so it might be that I will also kill. So is it a bad thing? No, in this situation, it's not a bad thing. So I'm doing maybe bad behavior in one place, but when it's in a different environment, it's becoming something normal or good. So the intention, okay, the wish, the will that I'm adding to this issue is very important. We as human beings, we said it yesterday, are the only thing in this world who have the recognition to know and to have a connection with God. Therefore, the question is, why a person is not killing? It could be from an understanding that I'm a very smart person. And I understand that if I will kill, and he will kill, and everyone will kill, this world will be destroyed. And we won't be able to live here in a comfortable way. Therefore, in my brain, I understand that it's good not to kill. Fair enough. Immanuel Kant said that it's very important not to kill, and we are very smart people, the German people, and this is why we won't be able to kill others. Okay, fair enough. It's okay to think like that. But we know from history that things went a bit different, right? Things are different. Why? Because it's something that is coming from me, from my brain. I'm worshipping myself. There's another thing. I can decide not to kill because God decided, or God said to me not to kill. God obeyed me not to kill. And He did it because I'm a human who God saw from God, and part of the image of God, let's say it like that, is how it's written down. And you also, and you also, and you also, everybody. Therefore, if God forbid someone is killing someone else, he is reducing the image of God from this world. So I have put an insight to my behavior, another level, or different level of behavior, right? I want in a glance of a minute, to show an explanation of the 7 laws of Noah. By the way, it is mainly through the eyes of the Maharal in Prag, that was living here, okay? That we saw yesterday his grave. This is how he is explaining it. He is one of the main, I would say, Agadah. It's the inside spirit of the behavior, okay, of the halachic side. So for seeing this, see if it's working. Yes, we have 3 main dimensions. Okay, each one of us in this world we have 3 main dimensions. One dimension is a relationship between me and God. Fair enough. Another dimension that we have is between me and my friends. 2 days ago, Sunday afternoon, we came here, we met one each other, and we were a bit cold, nervous. I didn't know him, you didn't know her, you know. Now, we're already in a different situation. We started to become partnership one with each other, a bit more. Okay? We know one each other. If accidentally we'll meet one each other in friends or whatever it is, I will say hello, I will hug you, you know, we will speak one with each other, if it's allowed, I don't know. It's allowed to, I'm not hugging women, sorry, not my wife. So, between men and his friends, and between man and himself. I'm going to sleep. When I'm going to sleep, I'm thinking a lot of things with myself, right? Usually, we are growing up to ourselves. So we have three main dimensions of relationship. Now let's look for a moment on the 7 laws of Noah. I will say something before that as an opening, that it's not a big problem to build up one of those relationships. The main question is, do we have the way how to have some sort of a balance between those relationships? But one won't come on the top of the other. Okay? So the first main 3 laws of the Noachide is one is the knowledge of God. We saw that yesterday with the Maimonides, from the beginning to the end, the knowledge of God. This is the first one, but it's related between me, man, and God. The second thing is that we have to build up the family. What is family? What is family? The sexual relationship between people. It's between me and myself. I want to remind you all a very simple verse that we all know from Genesis, that when God is creating, by the way, Rabbi Sherki said it by the way, so I will say this by the way and I will explain this one step ahead, if you remember. This is, the Bible is the only old scripture that we know that is not starting from the Israeli nation. All the old scriptures that we have always starts from them. For example, I was once in South Africa, and you know that in 1995, the black people, they did a very big rebellion, and they became part of the government and everything else. So the United Nations, with the opportunities, you know, how much they think that they know everything, they decided to culture from the beginning the people from South Africa. And they spent a lot of money, and they built there a very unique museum that is showing how the human was created from the human spices, you know, all the human, because they found everything in South Africa. And the people who took me there to show me this museum, they were very proud. Humanity started here in South Africa. If you go to the Greeks, they will say the same. If you go to the German, they will say the same. Everybody is saying the same. Okay? The only nation that started 4,000 years ago, okay, who is not saying that everything started with us, everything started with Adam. Even his wife came from him. Right? And the understanding of this is that at the end of the day, we will manage to become families together, because we're all family, one family. Okay? It's not starting from the Jewish nation. So Rabbi Sherki said it, but when God is creating the human, the woman from men, what God is saying? God is saying, what Adam is saying, this time this woman is flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. So we'll call her wife, woman, okay? In Hebrew it's going better.
Isha.
Isha, okay? I will call her a woman because she is part of me. So family is between man and himself. Okay? And we have also the prohibition of the human life. This is between man and his fellow man. But we have another 3 rules of the 7 laws of Noah, right? Let's see them for a moment, okay? We're not allowed to blaspheme God. We're not allowed to curse God. This is between man and God, right? You also, I will explain 5 and then 6, okay? The laws against robbery. What is robbery? I'm not, God forbid, killing my friend, but I'm taking from him all of his goods, or whatever I can. We said it before, right? Depends how much money. Depends how much money.
Not to give.
Huh?
First stage and not to give.
Exactly. The taking is the first stage, and then killing the second one. So it's between him and his fellow man. And the limb, how the limb is related with me, with myself. Very simple. This is what the Maharal is saying. It's genius. Okay? Think for a moment what was happening today. We said it also yesterday. We have a lot of food. You know, it's very simple to have a lot of food. You can go to the supermarket, whatever it is. But in those days, go 2,000 years ago, 1,000 years ago, when someone was hungry, he just wanted to find an animal, whatever it is, to cut the leg and to eat. He was hungry. Like, we didn't have the food with such a, all over the world here, spread over, food ready for us. So the first step of how to behave in a moral way is to know to control yourself. Don't eat, lie, live. Control yourself a bit. This is the first step. From there we can jump on to a lot of things that are related with morality, behavior. So it's between me and myself. Nobody can touch me about this. How to behave or how to think and how to feel in a moral way, it's related with me. So we have here two sets of rules, two of them between man and God, two of them between man and his fellow man, and two of them are between man and himself. But we have how many laws do we have in the Noachide? Fundamental laws?
7.
So we lost one. What is the last one?
The court of justice.
The court of justice. What is the court of justice? We spoke about this yesterday. This is building up courts that will manage to organize that all of those things will come to reality. If someone is killing, God forbid, someone else, or if someone is not behaving in the right way, in all of those things. So this is what I would call it, it's like the glue that is bonding everything together. Okay? Now we're starting to understand the 7 laws of Noah. In one glance. It's very easy now to think about this and to speak. Oh, okay. You want to go to a lot of details? You have to teach a book. You can go to more and more details. Fair enough. You're starting to realize what's happening here. By the way, we have it in German. I will send the link in the group. Okay? In the group, so pass it also to your father because he doesn't want to be in the WhatsApp and everything else. Okay, so now we have this. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you. Are there any questions about this? If not, we'll continue on. I want to say something very important now. Another stage, okay? But it's related also for yesterday. I'm sorry, but this is big, I want to say, yesterday we started to speak about the possibility of us spreading the words around. Okay, we started to speak about this. We said, for example, that you can deal with an issue that is very tough, this issue, okay? The discussion about death. But you can speak also about other discussions, other issues that you can load out. And one of the things that I said yesterday, and I think that you must think in this way, if you're asking me, okay? You're not supposed to go all the time and preach Noachide. It's one word, and it's not normal, okay? You're not going all the time and preaching. You're living as your life. And people see that you are very honest and very modest and very straight people and very likely people. And people want to be next to you. This is what's happening. And it's okay. Now I want to tell you another very important step that will help you. And we need also a bit of your help with this. The next step is that if someone is trying to speak with you and saying to you, what is this that you believe in? What is this Noachide? What's this? My recommendation is, don't tell him too much. Never mind, if you want, there's a site there. Go to the site. Don't start to go into all the details. You know the details. If you will come with more detailed questions, answer it. But at the beginning, send it to the site. The site, and I will want to show you a few things, okay? The site this is the new site that we're building now. Hopefully, this week, next week, it's going to be on the air, okay? The site the site itself is a place where people can pass some sort of I will say, the fundamental concept and ideas to build up a person in the right way. What is the first stage, second stage? You also pass a few things. And here we're coming back to this answers, truth, and faith that we build up. We did a very deep, profound research for finding those three words with the experts, not only with myself, it's not me. We used a few experts, people for that. And we saw that this is combining, or this is what is for almost most of the people from all over the world, regardless if you're from Europe, from the United States, from the South America, or from Australia, or from South Africa, or Africa, whatever it is. India, whatever language you speak about, they're all speaking about those things. They were looking for, they had a lot of questions, were looking for answers, and they were looking for faith. The Hebrew nation, from all sorts of reasons, have some sort of certainty that we know what is the answer. What can I do? Don't ask me how come I was born a Jewish person. I don't know. The Hebrew tradition is saying that when I was a soul, God asked me. Okay? I don't remember. Maybe it's right. I don't know. Okay? I was born to a family of rabbis. My father is not, he's skipped, but except for him, and they all wrote books or whatever it is. Never mind. I don't know. I was there. I don't know. Okay? My brothers and my sisters are not rabbis. Okay? I don't know how come I became, never mind. It's not, interesting. This is how it works. Fair enough. I'm trying my best. But you need to know, not everybody is on this stage, on this level, on this thing. Exactly. Not everybody is Jewish, not everybody is... this is life. Fair enough.
Can I say something?
You don't... in a moment. You don't need to go inside to all of those details. You don't need to convince people. You don't need to speak with people, to preach them, or whatever it is. We built up here some sort of a foundation. I will show you in a moment a few things. Some sort of a foundation that everyone who is seeking, is really seeking to the truth. The only thing that you need to do is a sign. This is what I believe in. Those are the people that I met. Those are the people that I saw. They are Jewish people, weird, but they are still very nice people. I hope so. Without any, anything on their heads. That's it. You can speak with them. You can see by yourself. I don't care what you believe. Okay? When you speak like that, it is much more, I would say, convincing than anything else. If you're starting to try to convince people to think that this is the only thing, this is exactly where people are starting to withdraw back, not to go inside of this. And this is why the idea that yesterday you presented, okay? We presented with, let's speak about issues, and once a month people to us and everything else. And we spoke about those things. It's a brilliant idea, because you're not going to go inside to all of the beliefs and everything else. Leave this to the side. The side is bringing the foundation and the connection with us. That's it. Now what? You wanted to ask something?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Because you were talking earlier about not trying to push people and to say too much. I think it all starts from us, from our family. Because I have a son who lives with me now, and he sees what I do, time that I need to be on my own and so on. And he comes to me and he asks questions. So it all starts, I think, from the house. And then you can expand outside also. By your example, this is what I'm trying to say.
You're more than right. Personal example is the most important thing. And one of the most, I would say, tempting things that we have, the word tempting, okay? Tempting thing that we have is that people want very much, now that I know the truth, that I have answers, I want that everybody will know. They're not in the stage. They're not in this stage. They don't want to know yet, okay? They want to have good connection and relationship with people. That's it. This is what they want. And you need to give this to them. When you will give this to them, that they have good connection with people, they will come with the questions. And then, if you have answers, good. If not, Call us, speak with us. It's okay, we are here for this, be here. Okay, for every subject, every issue. And if we don't know, we're also going and asking other rabbis and whatever it is, and we're discussing things. Rabbi Shelki organized in Israel, just that you will know, a school of faith. Okay? School of faith. And we're bringing to this school, it's with the adults. It's in Hebrew, I'm sorry. Okay? It's with adults, and
wisdom of faith.
the wisdom of faith. Yes. School for the wisdom of faith. It's with adults, and we're bringing there also secular people that are teaching all sorts of ideas, and then we're dealing with it, okay? But again, we're not afraid to deal with everything, but everything is supposed to start from the questions that are coming from outside. In the beginning, don't give those questions any answers. Send them to the side. Give the side to build it up. Yes?
In certain cases, it works different from the other side. You don't need to promote, you need to hide away. For example, I'm in the office, I have a small office, I study. I study very thick Sanhedrin, Talmud Babli, Sanhedrin 58, Hugo Shel Torah, Hayam Neta. I study, nobody's touching me, I study Talmud. The door is closed. One of my colleagues, a Jew, non-religious Jew, he opens the door to ask something. And I just do it like this. Pop, hide away. He says, Mitri, what are you hiding? I say, it's not for you, it's a Talmud. He says, just tell me what's there. I said, I don't tell you. He says, I will find out myself what I studied there. You understand? So he's curious. He's not religious. I tell you honestly, 2 years after, this guy is getting closer and closer and closer to this religion. By the way, he's in Germany right now, and he's a friend of Rabbi Kaplan. He got in Düsseldorf So I made him believe in God. Actually, not believe. He makes shua. Only because I didn't give him to study. So there are possible ways to promote and hide away.
Again, so this is what I'm saying. Don't try to push too much. What we have in the side, I will say in one glance that you will know, what we have in the side, we have, I will say, the foundations of things. By the way, you all passed it. I know that you don't remember, because after it's, here inside, so you're feeling good and that's it. You don't need to deal with this all the time. But there are a few foundations here, like a few free courses that are explaining a few things, and about prayer and about what is Noachide, those things. You can do the preliminary pledge, okay, on the site. You can do also after that to get connected with us and to do the full thing. And we have also a lot of information in the site, and also the good recognition. It's very wonderful to see that. You can see this is a homepage, but hopefully not more than 2 weeks from now. You see what is Noachide. Let's learn what is Noachide. It's very simple, short course, explaining a few things. You will see it. When you will see it, you will laugh. You will say, I had once more than one person that sent on the old site, okay? But I already saw this course, I know. You say people are saying it once and twice, whatever it is. What is Noachide? And then we go into the books that we have. Don't look at the pictures, it's defining, tuning now, but we have it into language alone. In a moment, I will speak about the languages, whatever it is. And then you have also courses, the free courses, okay, that we have at the beginning there. Approval rabbis, letters by rabbis. By the way, we're putting this here on the side so people will know the authenticity of this thing. It's not, we're not imaginary, we're not building a card, we have the chief rabbi of Israel, another chief rabbi of Israel, the Jerusalem rabbi. When you see the full letter, if you can read it, what's good. If not, we're just putting, you're curving on this. Curving on this, and then you can you can understand it's being translated to the English, so you know what they wrote. So the authenticity, and then you see I pledge my life for Hashem, articles. We have more than 1,000 articles, and we're putting them up one by one. And then you have also the possibility of doing a self-declaration. Very simple, very clear. All the foundations are here. And you have here also, again, we're working now on the languages. This is where I need your help, by the way. When I'm saying I need your help, we need your help, okay? We have on the internet we have a few languages already that are being translated by people. We're not translating through the Google, okay? We don't believe in Google. Google is good, but it's only 85%. Okay, and then it's starting to be weird also with a lot of things. And you might, so we have a few languages. For example, all the courses we have in the Mahariti language. How many millions people are speaking Mahariti in India?
30?
30 is a Telugu. The Mahariti is I think like around 70 million people. Okay, but we have all the courses already. We have in the Mahariti language. We have it also in a much smaller country, not Lithuania. The other one there, Riga. How do you speak?
Estonia?
Latvian. Yes, the Latvian language. We have all those things in Latvian. So Latvian is only 1.5 million. Okay, we have in Italian few things, not all of the things. Books we have in much more things. So another thing that you will manage to help us, if you will go to the site, you will see. And the only thing that you need to say, I want to translate it to Italy. I have someone, you contact with me. We have a very simple list how to do things step by step, what exactly you will get it on the board, you know, and then you will manage to work on it and to send it back to us, and it will be on the site in the right place. And then also it's much easier for you. You're dealing with the Italian people, you're sending them specifically for the Italy, you know, something like that. So everything here is very clear, very simple, and you don't need to start to, I will say it like that, to turn over the world. It's very easy to make. Okay, it's very easy, and especially that we are also on the air. Okay, we have lessons in French, in English, in Spanish, in German, in Hebrew, whatever you want. We have lessons every week. So this is also another thing that I wanted to show you today. And what I'm urging you, we will speak about this through the emails and through the group, to try to put the things to reality. What I mean, what will happen here, a lot of times what's happening, you're going back home, and then every one of us is going also to his own things. To his own things. Fair enough. I'm not asking you to be devoted all the time for this mission. On the other side, every week you have something. You have the Sunday every week, right? What are you doing on Sunday? I'm not saying everybody have a lot of things to do, it's okay. But you can decide for yourself, another 4 weeks I want to do something. And then, again, if you need help, we will help you, okay? But it's very simple. Go to your phone. Open your phone. Look at the people there. You say to yourself, this is the issue I want to deal with. You're not supposed to do it by yourself, okay? You have few people here. This is the issue I want to deal. This is the timing I'm going to do this. To start to invite people. Very simple. That's it. Once, after a month or something, another one. Suddenly you'll find yourself that there are people who would like to come. People would like to do something much more with value on those Sundays than just sitting down at home or going to the mall or riding on the bike, that's it. People would like to get connected with each other. Again, don't speak too much about the Noachide. If someone is really asking, as Dimitri said here, do the trick of, I'm not going to tell you anything, whatever it is, at the end, maximum, send it to the sun. You don't need to work hard, you don't need to preach all the time for this thing. We will have, if there are any questions, yes, please. No, okay, yes. Please in French, because I don't understand.
Est-ce qu'il y aura dans votre site un côté magasin pour acheter, par exemple, les pins, etc., pour commander?
Oui, tu understand?
Well, of course, yes. Yes, there will be, you can see here, there is a shop. There is a shop. This is one way to go to the things. And there is also, if I'm going back to the menu, you have here also in the menu, you have also the books, you see, also whatever it is. It will be very simple. Here, this site is much simpler than the site that we have to do.
Faire les dons aussi, faire des dons. Il faut simplifier, pas uniquement des
Ah,
pages.
tomorrow.
Par exemple,
this time, on this side, you refer to the other side, it is, we have here, you see the menu, on the menu you have, get involved, right? There are a few things. Become a role model, okay, what we say, what we have here today. Join the study group, or donate. So it's not only hiding, we have to be more, but it's a bit in the back. You know, it's not a straight ahead donate. Okay? But again, with a lot of thoughts with the experts, how to build up something young that is much more, I would say, friendly to the people, that send people without any fear that people sending them to chaos. And I need to send you the links of the Good Shalom in June. We're going to have now a small break. After that, we have the perform, we're going to have pictures, and we're going to do the pledge, and to continue. Thank you very much.
Tak, gdzie?